Ever pondered about the mysteries of consciousness? How about the possibility that everything we think and feel is just a product of physical processes in our brains? Quite the puzzler, isn't it? It's this enigmatic nature of consciousness that's been the subject of debates and discussions for centuries. Philosophers, scientists, and thinkers alike have all grappled with these questions, trying to unravel the intricate web of consciousness. Now let's take a moment to explore the concept of physicalism. It's a theory that holds the belief that everything around us, including our consciousness, is fundamentally physical. But does that mean our thoughts, emotions, and experiences can be boiled down to mere physical processes? A tantalizing question indeed. Well, there's a theory that tries to reconcile these views. It's called Non-Reductive Physicalism. It acknowledges the physical basis of consciousness, but denies that it can be fully explained in physical terms. Intrigued? Stick around to find out more. Imagine a world full of robots, all programmed to perform specific tasks. They function perfectly, but there's one thing they lack: consciousness. Each robot knows its job, but none of them can feel the sunshine on their metallic skins or appreciate the beauty of a rainbow. They are physical entities, devoid of subjective experiences. Now let's introduce a new kind of robot into this world. This robot, let's call it Robbie, is just like the others, made of metal and wires. But there's something different about Robbie. He seems to exhibit a sense of awareness. He reacts to the world in a way that suggests he's not just responding to programming, but is experiencing the world in a richer, more subjective way. This is where we dive into the heart of non-reductive physicalism. It's a theory that acknowledges that consciousness, like our friend Robbie's, has a physical basis. It's grounded in the brain, or in Robbie's case, his circuitry. But here's where it gets interesting. Non-reductive physicalism also asserts that consciousness cannot be fully explained by these physical processes alone. Think of it like this: a computer can process information, but can it appreciate a symphony or feel empathy? According to non-reductive physicalism, there's a gap between the physical aspects of the brain and the rich tapestry of subjective experiences that we call consciousness. This doesn't mean that the physical brain is irrelevant. On the contrary, it plays a crucial role in producing consciousness. But non-reductive physicalism suggests that there's an additional layer to the story, a layer that can't be reduced to neurons firing or circuits whirring. In other words, while our minds and thoughts are indeed rooted in the physical brain, there's more to consciousness than just physical processes. Non-reductive physicalism is not a denial of physicalism, but rather an expansion of it. Now, let's delve a bit deeper into this intriguing concept. Non-reductive physicalism is a theory that doesn't deny the physical nature of consciousness. It acknowledges that our thoughts, emotions, and experiences are fundamentally tied to our physical brains. It echoes the sentiments of physicalism, asserting that all things, including consciousness, are physical in nature. However, the twist in the tale comes when non-reductive physicalism argues that not everything about consciousness can be explained purely in physical terms. It's like trying to describe the taste of chocolate using only the language of chemistry. Sure, you can talk about the molecular structure, the chemical reactions that take place in your mouth, but does that really capture the full experience of tasting chocolate? Non-reductive physicalism says, not quite. It proposes that while our consciousness is grounded in the physical workings of our brain, there are aspects of it that cannot be wholly reduced to physical phenomena. There's something more to our thoughts, emotions, and experiences than just the firing of neurons and the flow of chemicals. These something more elements, non-reductive physicalism suggests, are non-physical properties that exist in addition to the physical ones. This theory doesn't seek to replace physicalism or undermine its significance. Rather, it broadens the scope, providing a more comprehensive view of consciousness. It's an attempt to bridge the gap between the physical and the subjective, the tangible and the abstract, the brain and the mind. So, non-reductive physicalism isn't a contradiction of physicalism, but an enhancement of it. It's a way of saying, yes, our consciousness is physical, but that's not the whole story. There's more to it than what meets the eye, or rather, what meets the brain. Non-reductive physicalism, then, is a middle ground, acknowledging the physical basis of consciousness, but denying that it can be fully explained by it. It opens up a world of possibilities for understanding the intriguing enigma that is human consciousness, and that's what makes it such a compelling theory. What does non-reductive physicalism imply about our understanding of consciousness, and why does it matter, you may ask? Well, allow me to delve into this riveting subject. Non-reductive physicalism suggests that while our consciousness is indeed rooted in the physical workings of our brain, there are aspects of it that simply cannot be reduced to purely physical explanations. This perspective brings a fresh take to the age-old mind-body problem. It acknowledges the physical basis of consciousness, yet maintains that there's something more to our experience, something that transcends the mere firing of neurons. Interestingly, this theory also impacts our understanding of free will. If our thoughts and actions are not solely dictated by the physical state of our brain, it opens up the possibility for true free will. This is a departure from the deterministic view held by many physicalists, where every event, including human cognition and behavior, is determined by the unbroken chain of prior occurrences. Now, why does all of this matter? Well, it's all about expanding our understanding of the human mind. Our consciousness is one of the most fundamental aspects of our existence, yet it's also one of the most mysterious. Non-reductive physicalism helps us grapple with this mystery, offering a pathway that respects both the physical and the non-physical elements of our experience. Moreover, it's an important theory in the field of philosophy of mind. It provides a middle ground between the extremes of reductive physicalism, which reduces everything to physical processes, and dualism, which posits two fundamentally different substances, the mind and the body. Non-reductive physicalism, in its nuanced stance, offers a more comprehensive understanding of consciousness. Thus, non-reductive physicalism offers a nuanced perspective on the nature of consciousness, one that respects both its physical and non-physical aspects. It reminds us that while science has made significant strides in understanding the brain, the full richness of human consciousness still holds many secrets, waiting to be unraveled. With non-reductive physicalism, we can appreciate the complexity of consciousness without reducing it to mere physical processes. It's like acknowledging the symphony of an orchestra without attempting to explain it solely by the vibrations of the strings or the press of the keys. We've journeyed through the concept, delved into its heart, and explored its implications. We've walked through the tale of a robot, a story that so beautifully illustrates the essence of this theory. Non-reductive physicalism offers a perspective that allows us to recognize the physical basis of consciousness while asserting that it can't be entirely defined by it. It's a dance between the physical and the metaphysical, the seen and the unseen, the known and the unknown. It's a theory that invites us to consider the extraordinary complexity of consciousness, the grand mystery that sets us apart as human beings. Remember to like, share and subscribe if you found this enlightening. Explore the world of consciousness with us, and together, let's make sense of the mind's mysteries.